John, why are you dressed like a cowboy?
Why am I dressed like a cowboy? Why are you dressed like one of them metrosexuals? I guess it all started when I got my Henry 4570 lever action repeating rifle. And I remember holding it, and then I looked down and I saw my shoes, and I remember thinking, those are some stupid shoes. So I got me some boots to go with my rifle. But then when I got my boots, I realized my hat was stupid hat, so I got a cowboy hat. And then I realized I got the boots to go with my gun and my hat to go with my boots, but I needed a horse to go with my hat, and so I got a horse. Now I'm really ready to use my Henry rifle. No. My dog is stupid too. What's happening, folks? My name's John Lovell, Warrior Poet Society, but today I'm going as John West, which is a better cowboy name. Today I'll be reviewing the Steel 4570 lever action side gate gun by Henry. Absolutely awesome. It is sleek, it is sexy, it is powerful, and it connects you to 160 years of American history. I mean, it makes you 1/8 cowboy just to be able to hold this piece. And so I'm excited, and it brings back a bit of nostalgia as many years ago, say 20 years ago, and I can say things like that because I'm getting super old. 20 years ago, I bought my dad a Henry rifle for Christmas, and it was all like gold out, looked amazing, and he still got it. So anyway, I think of that when I think of Henry, and just the action. It's so, whether you like them or not, just to be able to go, oh, it's so nice. Yeah. Just makes me feel like an American. It makes me want to shoot stuff. And so I'm really, really proud of the 4570. But nostalgia aside, let's get into this gun. This gun was originally patented in 1860 by Benjamin Tyler Henry. It was used in the Civil War, and the original one was 16 shots in a 44 caliber. So holy cow, being able to shoot and load extremely quickly was a pretty awesome thing. The 4570 caliber would come out in the 1870s. It's 4570, and that is a 45 caliber, and then it shoots a 405 grain lead projectile powered by 70 grains of black powder. Now you can change that load so that instead of a 405 grain bullet, which is holy cow, that is a moose right there that can literally kill mooses. Moosin.
I don't know.
Mises. Now, instead of just going with a 505 grain bullet, which is huge, you can go to a higher velocity 300 grain bullet. That's what we've been shooting today. And you can also go like subsonic 600 grain bullet. Holy cow, that's huge. Got lots of versatility with that round, but man, it is a powerful, powerful gun. To have something that's this size and so sleek so that you could put it on a scabbard on a horse or slip it behind a seat or something, just so elegant, but be able to up close take down really, really big game. It made me want to have a 4570. This specific gun was gifted by John Faulkner of Firearms Depot. That's Firearms Depot. Thanks so much. We're in no way sponsored by Henry Rifle. They have no idea we're making this video, but I would like to at this time, in lieu of a sponsorship, tell you about our awesome show, War Poet. We have a network TV show called War Poet. It's streaming only on WPSN. That's watchwpsn.com. And I promise you, the show is incredible. It's awesome. It'll have you laughing in stitches. And then there's heartfelt stuff too. It's really cool. All kinds of stuff. We're in our second season right now. We just finished filming episode 5. In this season, we've already wrecked a Porsche, and I put a bullet fragment in Evan's head, which I did surgery on camera. It's coming soon. Anyway, check out War Poet. It's $10 a month. We'd really appreciate your support because we're making non-woke, anti-woke entertainment. Love you guys, and we're a lot better than CNN Plus, which crashed and burned immediately. So funny. Back to guns. Back to this gun specifically. So like all of our gun review videos, we're gonna do some general specs and features, and then we'll jump into positives and negatives, and we're gonna give you some up close sexy shots of this thing because that's what you do for YouTube videos. So specs and features. All right, so not specific to this 4570, just Henry lever action rifles in general, coming a 30-30, a 357, 38 special, a 44 Magnum or a 44 special, 45 Colt or a 22 long rifle, and of course this 4570. All models are basically weighing in around 7 pounds. The length can vary depending on the model, but generally 37 to 39 inches. Barrel length on this one is 18.43 inches. The construction is blued steel, and the action is breech loading lever action. It's complicated, but it's really cool. The capacity on the website for this gun says 4+1, but I can fit 5 in through the side gate and then 1 in the chamber. So I'm calling this 5+1 because I literally loaded 5+1 and shot it to my heart's content. It was amazing. So 5+1. The wood on this gun is American walnut. The construction is blued steel, and this beauty is a grand MSRP. All right, cool guys, so that does it for overview, specs, and features. I hope it was a good time for you. It was for me. Now we're going to give it a bunch of attaboys and a bunch of boos, and so positives and negatives. I don't know what I'm doing with my gun. I'm trying to find a place for it, and I can't quite do it. I can't make it look natural. Does this look natural? All right, guys, so positive number 1, this thing is a monster. I mean, a really powerful round. So you can literally take down elk or moose, bear, wild pig, and small yetis, depends. Like the Star Wars Yeti, which had Luke Skywalker upside down in that frozen ice cave. If he couldn't have reached the lightsaber, but he could instead get his 4570, he'd be like, "Not today, Yeti!" And then he could have killed said Yeti. Any bigger than that size Yeti, this might not do the trick, and so you gotta keep your head on a swivel. Not today, Yeti! Now, though it's a beast, let's do negative number 1, is it is incredibly complex in here. Every time a part moves, so for instance, just this seemingly simple action, as a part moves, all the other parts have to move as well. So it's like a mobile jigsaw puzzle, and it's incredibly tight tolerances to make that really smooth action. And so if anything goes wrong in there, one tiny part just kind of out of sequence, or one part too big, or say you're switching out a part or something, of like, if anything isn't absolutely perfect, this thing can absolutely shut down, and that's really bad. And so let's just say it's elegant, but it's extremely tight tolerances and finicky. Good luck getting this to work by replacing a part without a really good gunsmith making sure this thing's running well. Now, Henry does a very good job, and so all their stuff goes very well. But I will say, in a War Poet episode, Evan and I were just crushing this thing, and in our very first kind of running of the sequences, I had this lever opened up, and there's no way I could get it shut, and I didn't know what the problem was, but I had to undo this screw, take the whole thing out, and then put it back in. And I didn't know anything about these, and so that was a bad thing. I don't know what was happening. It was probably user error, but I wasn't doing anything complex. I was just trying to load the thing. So anyway, that thing happened. So it is incredibly complex and can be finicky, and so buyer beware. I think this gun's great, but that is a downside. So there's a pretty devastating negative, but let's pick it up with a good positive. This lever action is a lot simpler, and somebody could say faster operation than something like a bolt counterpart, where you're running a bolt and there's a unlock, back, forward into battery, lock back in place. When this is just down up, right? Now, I will say, when cycling this, if you're going really fast, the tendency is to kind of short stroke that action, where you go almost all the way, but not quite, and you're going to induce some type of stoppage. So you got to go all the way and then back. So make sure you're doing that, because I was trying to run the gun like a hero and was just going 9/10 out, and then I was having problems. So you go all the way and then come back, right? I'll also say this lever action, can be used with, I almost used my teeth, but these are like manure gloves. So anyway, I can get in this action. It's fine with gloves. I've had these Carhartt gloves for a long time. Don't like Carhartt because they did that woke thing recently. What was that?
Mask mandate. Or the vaccine mandate, yeah.
Is that what it was? Anyway, there was some reason why I was not super excited about Carhartt. So if I didn't already have Carhartt, I wouldn't have bought them. So find something else. Don't do Carhartt. They're supposed to be like America, cowboy, whatever thing. But then they went all woke-tastic on their employees. And I didn't appreciate that. All right, guys, second negative, I mentioned already of just the internal complicated mess that's going on there. I'll say also that there's just screws everywhere. Screw, 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 screw. Here's another one, there, there, there. And they're all kind of different sizes and widths. So as I was putting screwdrivers in different places, I noticed I needed like a different screwdriver, flathead, for all these different screws. There's more. Now, when you have a round as big as a 4570, these screws tend to walk out. As I was preparing to make this video today, I noticed I picked up the stock and it was a little loose and I had to tighten this screw before doing this video, though I probably have less than 60 rounds ever through this gun. I've had one catastrophic, couldn't get the lever back, and then the other, I already had to tighten down that screw. And so you just got to kind of watch these things. I'll also say these are all like fine panhead screws. So if you don't have the right width and depth, you can strip these. And once you strip it, bro, you're gonna be like, oh, I wish I hadn't stripped that screw. And so don't do that. Screws everywhere. I already had to fix one within about 60 rounds of shooting this ever. It's a negative. Next positive, guys, is this is short and sleek. That means because there's no like knobs hanging off this, it's really easy to be able to put in like a scabbard or something. So if I'm riding my horse, I can scabbard this out. I don't have a scabbard yet, which makes me feel like the fake cowboy I know I am. But when I have a scabbard, maybe it'll be a real deal. Maybe I'll earn the right to actually wear this hat legit-wise. And then I can whip this out and be like, hey! And then say something cowboyish. I don't know what the cowboyish thing is because, again, not a real cowboy yet. But being able to have that sleek, tight design and it's shorter, you're going to be able to put it in things like scabbards or wedge it, behind a back seat or something like that. So it's short, which makes it easier to handle in tight spaces. It's also thin and nothing's protruding. Very easy to stow and pull out. So I like that. And also, as I'm just thinking about riding horseback and through the woods, a big heavy round like a 45-7 is going to be doing really, really well through like brush. And it doesn't hit a branch and immediately just tumble into never never. It's got a whole lot of mass. And so anyway, I'm just thinking of the context of, the cowboyish use for this gun. I really think the cartridge fits what this thing is. Real special kind of gun. Final negative I will mention is this gun is not good at longer distances. And really you should think of the gun as 100 yards and in, maybe 150. The weight of the bullet, I mean, it's just hard to keep that thing in the air very long. So if it's 100 yards and in, that's pretty good. Now Henry knows that. It's a purpose-built gun. And so putting in this huge buckhorn sight here, it's really good for those fast engagements up and close. So buckhorn sights, 100 yards, understand what you're getting. I want it to do all the things. I want to be able to shoot, 2.5 miles away with perfect precision. And because it can't do that, I'm going to say 100 yards, 100, 150 yards. It's a negative. Another note on range and accuracy, you're not supposed to rest this tube on anything when you shoot, just like the AR-15 or any gun. If you put any weight on your barrel, that's why you're supposed to rest on AR-15, for instance, on the free float handguard. That's what it's there for, to protect the muzzle. But here, if you were to rest any weight on this, it could have pretty dramatic effects on your accuracy. So just letting you know, it's not the most accurate piece and it's not to reach out long distances. But that's enough negativity. You want to end with more positivity than negativity. So I'll give you a fourth final one. It matters the ergonomics of being able to just carry something around. And this one's so well balanced. When I hold right here, it's just very well balanced. So when you walk, you just be able to chill with it. Kind of like, yeah, just walking around here. I'm not sure how cowboys walk. I think it's different. I think they do the hand with the foot. So it's like, I think that's the cowboy walk. See, this is just normal, and that's boring. Cowboys don't do that. I don't know what cowboys do. Oh yeah, my wife's saying the toes point out like you've been riding on a horse. So you're able to hold it like that, right? That's the difference in a cowboy walk. So I can grab my gun here, and whereas you would just normally walk, remember we're cowboys, and cowboys kind of stick one toe out and then the other toe, and then you kind of walk like that. See that? That's a cowboy walk right there. Which makes me now no longer a fake cowboy. I got this gun, I got this hat, got the horse, real cowboy. Fight me in the comments. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This is the Henry 4570 lever action. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Even if you didn't, give us some love in the comments. Share, because Big Tech hates us, doesn't want us to grow. Remember to check out our War Poet Network TV show only on WPSN. That's watchwpsn.com. Download it on iOS, Apple TV, Roku, Android, all that stuff. Start watching, support us. And if you like Henry rifles, this one's pretty dope. So cowboys don't say dope. This is John West. And this here's my gun. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do the right thing, or else get some 4570 in you. We done it.
I think that's it.
We done it. We done the video. Woo! I just love doing that. I don't even care about shooting. I just want to do that all the time. And where's my horse? Horse! Come on! Come get some!